Króga, an interactive story. Króga is an interactive story based on mental health. The name Króga is derived from the Irish word for courage. Due to the lack of mental health education in our country for young people, we decided to aim this story towards 12 to 15-year-olds. To create this interactive story, we needed to use an open access tool called Twine. Twine is an interactive tool which can be used to make linear and non-linear stories. Due to exploring the tool and its capabilities, our ideas changed as we had originally decided to make an interactive game. As a group, we decided our strengths and weaknesses and shared out the jobs based on that. As I am more of a creative thinker than a technical thinker, my job was to come up with the storyline, topics, and scenarios for the story. We decided we would have 3 scenarios for which the user could pick. We decided to take 1 scenario each and then do one together to further our group work skills. We shared the creation of the school scenario, which covered the topic on how being bullied can have an effect on your mental health. Bullying affects 1 in 4 children, which is why we made the scenario the longest, as it is most prevalent. We wanted to show how not talking to someone and trying to avoid the situation often makes the situation worse. We wanted to show how actions have consequences, and no matter what decision you make, you have to face the consequences eventually. For the scenario I came up with myself, I decided to do a situation based at home. I brainstormed all the different types of situations that happen at home and found that feeling less important than siblings is most relatable. Relatability is key for the scenarios to have an impact with the players. There were so many different possibilities with this situation, but I feel I chose the one most people could relate to. As I wanted to show the players that once a decision is made, the consequences must follow, I decided to not only let the player go forward and not let them change their answer. While this also encourages good decision making, it reinforces how something is done and it cannot be taken back. The main point of this whole interactive story is to make the player feel like no matter what the situation is, they can always talk to someone. Depression and anxiety can go unnoticed by people around you for so long that people may notice you've been quiet and withdrawn, but may not put it down to feeling down and depressed. In Ireland, while mental health is becoming more of an everyday conversation topic, there is still a certain stigma around it. It's sad to say the biggest killer of young men in Ireland today is suicide. This could be prevented with more funding from the government and more educating young people about mental health. The topic of mental health came easy to our group, as none of us have ever received any education on the topic throughout our years of education. Although this was many years ago, it still hasn't changed. This project definitely showed me how digital humanities is bridging the gap between the arts and the sciences, resulting in products that are both technically and creatively impressive. I improved a lot on the skills during the making of the interactive story, such as my creative skills and my group work skills. To develop my creative skills even further than coming up with scenarios, I decided to make the logo for the group. Using the online tool freelogodesign.org, I created this logo. I decided to use 3 jigsaw pieces to represent the 3 scenarios we made for the interactive story. I also used the 3 colours for specific reasons. Red is a colour that represents courage, blue represents stability, and green represents safety. All 3 of these colours together form an aesthetically pleasing logo, while also representing more. Overall, I really enjoyed working on this project. Although we were all in different parts of the country while making it, our use of digital tools and excellent communication skills helped us overcome all obstacles to create the finished piece. We used Google Docs to collaborate and share our individual work with each other. This gave us the chance to criticise and advise the others on any typos or faults in their pieces. If I were to start this project again, I would definitely like to add more scenarios covering a wider range of topics that are relatable to young people. I would also like to have a focus group of 12 to 15-year-olds to find out what more of the topics.
Created using Powtoon.